welcome to practice. So I'm not using any props for practice today. I'm literally outside sitting on my mat. So you can do the same if it's available to you, if it's a good day. And we'll begin in a seated position. I've got my legs crossed, but if that doesn't work for you, you can sit with your legs out to the side. Perhaps you're kneeling today, or you might be sitting on a chair to begin with, or a nice high cushion. So we'll come to sit comfortably. Hands can rest down wherever they come to, and maybe you'll close down the eyes and just allow yourself to arrive here at your practice. Sitting up a little taller, finding length in the spine, crown of the head moving upwards, sitting bones grounding into whatever support is beneath you. And for our practice today, we'll use the Ujjayi breath or the ocean breath. So breathing in and out through the nose, a slight constriction at the back of the throat. It's like a gentle closing at the epiglottis to create that ha-like sound. So if you haven't done this breath before, you might give it a go. It's almost like you're fogging up a mirror, but with the mouth closed. Breathing in and out through the nose. That gentle constriction at the back of the throat. So this will help to build a gentle heat in the body, a life force energy or a prana. It's a warming breath. It's calming and detoxifying. And we'll allow this breath to be the tempo for our practice today. And if at any stage you feel like you need to return to a natural breath, then know that that's absolutely fine too. This is your practice, so you're always doing what works for you in your own body. And then keeping that awareness with the breath, you can keep the eyes closed down to begin with as we gently circle out the head, breathing out as the chin comes to the chest and breathing in as the head rolls back. So work at your own pace with your own breath. Moving mindfully with full awareness. And the next time the chin comes down to the chest, pause and then circle back the other direction. And then in your own time, bringing the head back into center, stacking the head on top of the shoulders. Blink the eyes open if they're closed and bring the gaze back around the room or the garden, wherever you're practicing. And we'll roll the shoulders up to the ears and down the back a few times. Some nice big circles, just letting go of any tension that might have built up there. And then go the other direction, forwards and down. This might not feel as comfortable on the shoulders. It's just exploring the movement. And then for the last one, let's squeeze the shoulders up and then relax them back down. We'll take the fingertips out and onto the shoulders and start to circle out the elbows. So going one way and then pause and go the other way. And then release the fingertips, reach the arms out. It's as if the fingertips are moving in opposite directions. With your next inhale, reach the arms all the way up. As you exhale, the hands come down, fingertips touch off the mat. Breathe in to reach up and breathe out, the hands come back down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale into the side ribs, the side waist, and exhale, fingertips come down. Let's keep the fingertips down here now. With your next inhale, just reach the right arm up and exhale, lean and stretch over to the side. Breathe in, come back to center, exhale, release. Inhale, the other arm reaches up, exhale, lean and stretch. Breathe in, come back to center, and breathe out, release. So move like this with your own breath in your own time. I've got a little helper here on my mat. He usually settles down after a while. He's just really excited. I think because the weather has got good and we can finally do yoga outside. I'm going to do some downward facing dogs, aren't we, Jack? Now he's scratching. And he's off again. So keep moving from side to side with your own breath. Really enjoying that side stretch, that lateral movement of the spine. And then we'll take it right back into center, sitting up tall. On an inhale, the two arms reach up. As you exhale, twist to your right side. Right hand comes down behind you. The left hand crosses over onto the knee. Breathe in to grow tall and breathe out to twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. You keep going with that twist, Jack. Stop. Stop. He's trying to dig a hole. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to twist. And then when you're ready, breathe in, come back into center and exhale, release. Inhale, the two arms reach up. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Breathe in to find the length first and then breathe out to twist. It's as if the rib cage is spinning around the spine almost. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, twisting. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. Can you keep the shoulders and the face soft? And then breathe in. When you're ready, come back into center. We'll roll over onto the hands and knees and come into a tabletop position. As you breathe in, dip the belly down, lift the chest and look up. On your exhale, rounding in, the chin comes in towards the chest. Look back towards your knees. Inhale, the belly goes down, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, rounding in your own time, at your own pace. Moving the spine, just finding that lovely spinal articulation. Stretching the front of the body as the belly goes down, stretching the back of the body as you round in. Let's do two more like this, breathing in and then breathing out to round in. Last one. Inhale, belly goes down, keep grounding through the palms and exhale, rounding in. And then coming back into a tabletop position. Let's pick up the right knee and make some circles with the legs. So the knee can be bent here. This is like a comedy show with that dog. Sorry about that. Going one way and then going the opposite direction. And then on your next inhale, extend the right leg out behind you. Flex the foot. Maybe you can reach the left hand forward so you're balancing on one hand and one knee. On your next exhale, round the spine. Knee and elbow come towards each other. Squeeze everything in. Maybe they'll touch. Breathe in to lengthen away and breathe out, squeeze in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, rounding in. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, round in. Last one like this. Inhale, reach it away. And exhale, rounding in. The next time you come into that balance, let's hold it here. You've got the option to stay here, or if you need to bring the hand and foot down, you can do so. Otherwise, bend the right knee, sweep the hand behind. Maybe you can find the foot. Can you hold onto the foot and press the hand and foot towards each other? The answer might be no. That's okay. Stay wherever is good for you today. Really strong in that right hand. And when you're ready to release, it's a slow release. Reach the hand and leg away, find the spinal balance, and then release the hand, release the knee. Let's come up onto the knees and circle the wrists out. Whew. Starting to warm up a little bit now. Then we'll take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other, and then notice if you're pressing the chest and the belly forwards, can you draw them in so the spine stays really long? So nice. Please ignore the dogs. From here, let's come back into a tabletop position. Great news is we've got to do the other side. So pick up the left knee and we'll make those circles. Going one way and then going the other direction. So just about 3 or 4 circles in each direction, exploring the hip joint, noticing how it is today. And then when you're ready, extend the leg out behind you, grounding evenly through both hands. Can you draw the belly in here, staying strong? Maybe you'll reach the right hand up off the mat and away from you. Spinal balance. With your next exhale, bend the knee, bend the elbow, squeeze them together under the body. Maybe they'll touch. Breathe in to lengthen away and breathe out. Squeeze it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Working strongly here. Grounding through the left hand and the right knee. Spinal movement. At the same time, we're recruiting the abdominal muscles here. Let's do one more. And then coming back into center, let's hold the spinal balance. You've got the option to stay here, or maybe you'll bend the left knee, sweep the right hand behind, find the foot if it's available. Don't worry if it's not. And then press the hand and foot towards each other. You might lift the hand and the knee upwards, like you want to bring the knee up towards the sky. You might even lift the gaze. And it's a slow release when you're ready. Hand and leg reach away, spinal balance. Lower the hand and lower the knee. Really good. Let's rock the hips from side to side. You might even take a few body circles or barrel rolls of the ribs. Just take any movement here on the hands and knees that works for you. You might be going forwards and backwards with me. And then a few circles. And then tucking the toes under, come back onto the heels, reach back, find your toes, and we'll release out the wrists again. So this time, reaching the left hand up towards the sky, bend the elbow and take your left fingertips down between your shoulder blades. I'll just turn this way so you can see what I'm doing. And then reach the right hand back and around. Maybe the fingertips will meet, but don't worry if they don't. We're not going there yet. Breathe in, open and switch. Breathe out. So let's make this movement with the hands for a few breaths. Exploring the shoulders. You might find one hand or one arm is really different to the other, and that's okay. We're never the same on both sides. So good. And then when you're ready, we'll release the hands and we'll come back onto hands and knees towards the top of the mat. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips high for downward facing dog. Pedal the legs out in down dog. So bending one knee and then the other. Bending one knee and then the other. Really working into the backs of the legs. Checking out, see how they feel. And then you might even bounce up and down a little bit. Exploring the backs of the ankles, maybe bend the knees, bring the belly down towards the knees. And then we're coming forwards to the top of the mat. So look between the hands and start to walk the feet forwards to the top of the mat. Bending the knees deeply, rest the fingertips down for a halfway lift. On your exhale, folding down. It's a full forward fold. Knees can stay bent. Breathe in now, circle the arms up. Gaze up between the hands, exhale. Hands come down to the heart center. Up all 10 toes, spread them out and then ground them down into the ground. You can close the eyes here. Connecting in with the breath. Standing up a little taller, shoulders relaxed, face soft. Connecting back in with the breath. If you're using the Ujjayi breath, perhaps you're bringing up the sound of it now. And then with your next inhale, blink the eyes open, reach the arms up overhead and gaze upwards. On your exhale, folding from the hips, bending the knees any amount to get there. Hands come to the mat. Full forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale for a halfway lift. We're lengthening the spine. Exhale, the palms are flat. Step to high plank. From high plank now, lower the knees, bend the elbows and tuck the toes as you lie all the way down onto the belly. Breathing in for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in downward facing dog. You can still have the knees bent here. For some people that works better throughout the practice. For others, they feel the legs start to open up after a few down dogs and then they can work towards pressing the heels back into the floor and straightening the legs. So don't worry either way, as long as your back feels nice and long. And you can always come to child's pose to rest at any stage of the practice. It's always available to you. At the end of the next exhale, look to the top of the mat and then make your way forward, step walk, hop. Maybe you're floating up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, keep the knees soft, reach the arms up, come up to stand. Exhale, hands come to the heart center. So good. Breathing in now, circle the arms up, look up. Exhale, folding from the hips, hands to the mat, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep the fingertips on the mat, pick up the right foot, step it to the back and lower the right knee down. Crescent moon lunge, breathe in, reach the arms up. Let's take a few breaths here. Imagine you're scissoring the legs apart. Coming nice and low into the hips. You might even bend the elbows here, open into the front of the chest. Gaze upwards, palms forwards. With your next exhale, take the two hands down, grounding them into the mat. Pick up the back knee, step the left foot back, high plank. Lower the knees, Come to lie down on the belly, bending the elbows. Breathe in now, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, float the right leg up behind you. On your exhale, step the right foot to the top of the mat. Help it along. If it doesn't know where to go, or if it's coming really far back, show it where to go. And then lower the left knee down, untucking the toes. Breathing in, the arms circle up. Maybe you'll gaze up between the hands. You can go for the cactus arms here again if you like. This is more of a spinal extension. It's great for if you're suffering from tech neck, if you feel that you've been sitting at the computer or on your phone a lot. This can be really helpful to counteract the effects. With your next exhale, the fingertips come to the top of the mat. It's like you're plugging them in. Tuck the back toes under, lift up the back knee, and then step up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, soft knees, reach the arms up, come on up to stand. Exhale, 2 hands to the heart center. Let's do it again, second side. Breathing in, circling the arms up. Breathing out to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, the fingertips stay down. Step the left foot back and lower the left knee down. With an inhale, reach the arms up. Crescent moon lunge. You can take those cactus arms again, just if you feel that's available to you. You can always stay with straight arms either. I like this one. Squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other, maybe even lifting the gaze. And with your next exhale, the hands come down flat and you step back to high plank with control if possible. Lower the knees, bend the elbows, come on down to lie on the belly. Breathing in, the hips stay down, the toes stay down as you peel the chest forwards for cobra. And exhale, press your way back, downward facing dog. From down dog, this time float the left leg up. Lift it as high as you can. And then on your exhale, step the foot to the top of the mat. Once again, if it needs help, show it where to go. And then lower the right knee. With an inhale, the arms reach up. Crescent moon lunge, opening into the front right hip. Really feeling that lovely stretch, hopefully across the front of the right thighs and the right hip. Oh, there's the sun. It's so beautiful. With your next exhale, the fingertips come to the top of the mat. Plug them in. Lift up the back knee. Step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, knees are soft. Rise on up to stand. Exhale, 2 hands come to the heart center. Let's take a moment here to tune in with the breath, the sound of the breath, and also the quality of the breath. Become aware of the physical body. Notice if anything has come up so far in your practice. And if the eyes are closed now, you can blink them back open. We'll take the feet either to hips width apart, or if you like to have the big toes touching and the heels slightly apart for chair pose, that's fine too. Breathing in as the arms reach up. Try to keep the arms straight to begin with, and then bend the knees deeply. Utkatasana, chair pose. Peep down. See, can you see the tips of your toes? And if you can't, you can sit a little deeper. If the shoulders feel really tight now, take cactus arms. Otherwise, straighten the arms. Gaze up between the fingertips. Sit a little deeper. And then with your next exhale, let's fold all the way down. Full forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, the palms are flat. Step to high plank. From high plank now, your choice to either lower knees down or take chaturanga. So if you're taking chaturanga, you'll shift forwards on the toes. Bend the elbows, lower halfway down to a push-up. Inhale, flip or roll over the toes, upward facing dog. The only thing on the mat is the fronts of the feet and the hands. Exhale, roll or flip back over, downward facing dog. Or if you had the knees down, then it was cobra. As before, let's take a breath here in down dog. And then breathe in, float the right leg up. On your exhale, stepping the right foot to the top of the mat, so somewhere near your right thumb. Keep the right knee bent. The back heel is lifted here as you rise up into a high lunge. Take your hands onto your hips and then encourage your right hip back, left hip forwards, so the hips are squared with the top of the mat. Oh, there might be wobbles here. That's okay. We're keeping the right knee bent. It's over the heel, and we're looking to really straighten that left leg if possible. Breathing in as the arms reach up, and then take those cactus arms again, opening up into the chest. Now wrapping right arm under left. Maybe the backs of the hands will come together, or you might find a bind here, eagle arms. Option to stay where you are. This could feel like enough, or you can always come back to warrior one or breathe in to lean back. Haha. This is a tricky one. There might not be much of leaning back, or maybe there's a lot. And then come back into center. Can you keep those eagle arms? The answer might be no, that's okay. Ground firmly into the front foot and then hop yourself forwards. Maybe you'll fold from the hips, just halfway down. Warrior three with eagle arms. Press out through the back heel, draw the left hip down, really work that standing leg. Maybe it will straighten. If it's straightened, the hamstrings are working strongly. And then breathe in, softening the right knee, float your left foot back, find warrior one legs once again, and then unravel the arms. Warrior one or high lunge. With your exhale, the two hands come down flat, step to high plank, either lowering knees down or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find the breath here again. And then breathe in, float the left leg up. On your exhale, stepping the left foot to the top of the mat. You can keep the right heel lifted here. Again, show the left foot where to go. Often I find the left side just won't do what it's told. And then find that stability as you breathe in to come up into a high lunge. Once again, take the hands to the hips, draw the left hip back, right hip forwards. There might be a wobble there. And then maybe you'll gaze up between the fingertips if the neck will allow, or if you're outside if the sun isn't too bright. And now take cactus arm, sending the chest forwards. This time we're wrapping the left arm under the right. Back of the hands will come together, or maybe the palms will meet to find that bind. And you can stay here, or you can opt for the back bend. It's an inhale to lean back. It might be a small lift of the elbows, depending on the balance. And then come back into center with just one breath. Grounding through the left foot now. Float yourself forwards. And then start to fold from the hips. The left leg is really active. The right foot is flexed. Right hip draws down towards the floor. Oh, there might be dancing or wobbling. So good. And then to come up slowly with control, bend the left knee, float the right foot to the back of the mat. Unravel the arms. Breathing in, warrior one. With your next exhale, the two hands come down flat, step to high plank. From high plank, I'm going to lower the knees this time, or you can take chaturanga, exhaling to lie on the belly, or tell your half push-up. Breathe in for bhujangasana if you came with me, or upward dog if the knees were up. Exhale, downward facing dog, or you can choose to take child's pose here if you need a little break. Wherever you're at, listening to the sound of the breath. Finding length in the back of the body. Notice if tension has creeped into your neck and you nod the head to say yes, and then shake the head to say no. Just let it go. That lovely traction of the neck when you're upside down is so good. At the end of the next exhale now, look to the top of the mat. Get ready to make your way forwards. If you're starting to jump forwards, bend the knees deeply, lift the hips and hop forwards or jump. Otherwise, you're stepping. Breathe in for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding down. Your version of a full forward fold. You can always have bent knees. Inhale, start to rise up, grounding through the feet. Root down, rise up, look up. Exhale, hands come to the heart center. So good. Let's take a moment here to tune back in with the breath. And then we're coming to flow down to sit. Breathing in, circle the arms up. Breathing out, folding from the hips, hands to the mat, full forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. On your exhale, place the palms flat, step to high plank. From high plank, either lowering knees down or take chaturanga, you decide. Inhale, upward facing dog or bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, crossing the legs, so bend one knee and bring it to the wrist, bend the other knee, bring it to the wrist, and we'll come to sit down on the mat. So let's do a little bit of hip opening here. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. And we'll take the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana and start to move the knees up and down. Try to keep the spine long. You can hold on to the feet here. Try not to pull the feet towards you. You want to use the strength of your core muscles to hold you up. And then allow the legs just to relax out to the sides. Once again, sitting up tall, send the chest forward so that it opens. You might even close down the eyes here. The sun is right in my eyes, that's why they're closed. I forgot my sunglasses. And with your next exhale now, let the spine round so it's coming into a C curve, and then start to fold yourself forwards. Slowing down the breath now as we begin to turn a little inwards for this pose. Don't worry if you're not folding far, that's okay. And with your inhale, start to unfold, coming right back up. So nice. We'll stretch out the right leg. The left knee stays bent. So we've got this lovely wide gap between the legs. Sitting up tall. You can always have a cushion here or something to put underneath the sitting bones if you like, especially if you feel really unbalanced. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, start to fold yourself forwards. So don't worry how far you're going in this pose. Doesn't really matter. We're keeping the right foot nice and active, and you can even have a slight internal rotation of that right thigh as you come down into this wide-legged Janu Sirsasana. And when you're ready to come up, it's an inhale to slowly come up. Exhale to release. My hands are getting dirty from the patio. And then from here, start to slide your right hand down the right leg. You might hold on to the outside of the calf. Some people like to put the palm on the inside of the calf like this. So it's up to yourself. If you're reaching the foot, I recommend you hold little toe side of the foot. So we're coming into a side bend. And then think about turning the left ribs under, reaching the left hand up towards, sorry, that was the right ribs, turning your right ribs under. We're stretching into the left side of the body. Reach the left arm up and then start to side bend towards your feet. Your foot, I should say. Don't worry how far you're coming in this pose. For some people, it's going to feel better to keep that top arm reaching towards the sky. So this is going to help with opening into the chest. It's going to feel different wherever you've got your arm. So you can play around with it and find your sweet spot. When you're ready to release, breathe in to come up and exhale to release. We're coming into a twist. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twisting to the left side. So the left hand comes down behind you and the right hand is resting on your left thigh. Breathe in, find that length, and breathe out to twist. Just going as far as your body wants to go right now. Don't worry if your hips want to lift here. My right hip is lifted off the mat. That's okay. You can always move the other foot out in front to get a little bit more balance, or maybe you'll bring the leg back into center a little bit. So it can look very different in different bodies. Breathing in slowly. Let's come back into center and exhale, release. This time we'll cross the legs. So just cross with your dominant leg in front. Don't even think about it, and then your dominant leg will go in front. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding down, being mindful of the knees here. If there's anything going on. If you feel any pinching or pain in the knees, then come back up. Otherwise, melt into this pose. Really becoming aware of the hip of the leg that's in front. And when you're ready to come up, inhale to slowly unfold. Exhale to release. So this time we'll stretch out the left leg. The right foot comes into the inner line of the left thigh or just here at the groin. For some people, the foot's going to be further out like this. That's okay. And for others, that leg might be more inside like this. So find your version that works for you. Breathing in to find length and breathing out, folding into the center. So you might take your time to come into this pose, and you'll find one side is different to the other. I definitely find it takes me a few breaths to ease into it. Keep the left foot active, so it might be flexed. Can you soften the shoulders? And when you're ready to come up, it's an inhale to come up and an exhale to release. If you're in the garden, you might need to wipe your hands after that. And then we're coming into the side bend. So slide the left hand down the left leg. Remember, you can have the hand on the mat or on the calf muscle. Maybe you're holding little toe side of the foot, or you might have the hand here on the leg. Breathing in to reach the right arm up, and as you exhale, start to side bend. So try not to round forwards. This isn't really the object of the pose. We're looking to find length in the right side of the body here. And you might find after a breath or two that you can go a little deeper, or maybe you start to retreat out of the pose a little, finding that sweet spot. The arm can reach towards the sky for more openness across the chest, or maybe the hand will come alongside the ear, like you're reaching towards the left big toe or the left foot. For some people, you will reach the foot. That's okay too. You can go with that if that's where you are. And then when you're ready to come up, breathe in slowly, coming all the way up. And we'll take the twist. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, twisting to the right side. The right hand rests on the left knee. And once again, you can make any adjustments that you need here if you don't feel comfortable. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Keeping the left foot active. It's like you're pressing out through the heel. Notice the constriction here in the breath as you twist. Can you keep your jaw soft? And then when you're ready, breathe in, coming back into center, and exhale, release. So we'll cross the legs again, but this time the opposite leg is in front. So remember which leg was in front the last time. You would have felt it in the hip when we folded forwards. And from here, take an inhale, grow tall. Exhale, folding down. Just coming as far as your body wants to go. Slowing the breath, turning inwards now, seeing where can you let go, where can you surrender. And then breathing in, slowly come up, and exhale, release. Again, I'm wiping the hands here. From here, let's turn around and come to lie down on the mat for Shavasana relaxation. So you can stretch the body out. Use whatever support is available to you. You might have blankets or cushions. I'm just stretching the legs out. My arms are by my sides, palms facing up. Feet flopping outwards. The whole body just grounding down and letting go at the end of practice, allowing the practice to absorb. Let go of the Ujjayi breath. Just allow yourself to come back to an easy, natural breath. No effort. Notice if thoughts are coming in and out. Just allow them to flow in and then flow out. You don't have to engage with them right now. Taking this time for yourself to find stillness in the body and in the mind. And when you feel ready to emerge from your relaxation, allow the breath to deepen. Gently move the fingers and the toes, and reaching the arms up overhead. You might point the toes here, a big long stretch in the body. And then draw the knees in towards you, wrapping the arms around the shins. Give a little hug in, maybe a rock from side to side. And then rolling gently onto one side. Give yourself a moment. Let the gaze come back around to the light. And in your own time, press your way back up to sit. Sitting comfortably, I invite you to take the hands to the heart center, or perhaps you've got the hands over your heart center, one on top of the other. Bowing our heads and offering thanks and respects to one another for coming to practice together. Namaste.